Welcome to the Collaboration Over Competition podcast. Collaboration takes competing to the next level, unifying the team and coming out with the best medal. It's coming our assignment for alignment, just check schedules, a group meditation to dead the devils. In the future, I see us floating together, comprised with different combinations, like using multiple minds on one conversation. Imagine having the space for many stars in one constellation. What would the value be if we all felt rich in one compensation? It's the power in numbers, and we can't let nothing stop the mission. I'm optimistic. It's collaboration over competition, rising way above the opposition. Who rockin'
How do you
with?
feel about the progress the country has made towards women empowerment?
Yeah, so I think there has been progress, but I think there's also a long way to go. I mean, even you can just take women's sports, for example.
Yes.
There's a lot more views and a lot more people who are interested in it, but still not enough. And then again, the pay scale and the pay gap it's gotten better, but it still isn't enough. Like today I saw a post that the 3 most watched soccer games in Europe were 3 women's games.
Yes,
and it was 90,000, 100,000, and 90,000 fans in the stadium. So that's top three more than a men's soccer game. Not saying that men's soccer isn't not good to watch, because I love watching all sports and all soccer, but it just kind of goes to show you that people watch what women do, and there is still a huge gap. But I think, contrary to a lot of what people believe, there has been a gap that has closed a little bit. So we are moving somewhere, but we still have a long way to go.
Yes, and they don't talk about that enough. And that's, like I said, we're not where we like to be, but we have seen some progress within the last few years. In America, things are a lot more open to talk about things. So we have seen some progress. Are there any things you would like to see for the future as far as women empowerment? Things change? Any improvements that you would like to see personally?
Yeah, I mean,
just for the world in general.
Yeah, I think just I know not the world. The world doesn't have a lot to do with money, but that's I mean, that really is. I think really in the business side, the sports side, and really anything. I mean, the wage gap between what women make and what some men make is huge.
Yes.
And I think women, they can provide some of the same skills, and it just really depends on what can you provide, not necessarily the gender you are.
Yes.
So I think, shortening that gap, and, along with that, hits a lot on professional athletes and, women in specific don't get paid as much. But, so kind of just the wage gap in the life and in sports. That's something that I would like to see change.
Yes. And I know, throughout history, this has been a problem throughout time, but hopefully, we can still see some progress and some laws change or something being done. Because I know you talk about a lot how the NBA players make so much more than the WNBA players, or they kind of talk about the difference in travel.
Yeah.
Maybe,
That is extreme. And just talking on that, I have a handful of friends who play in the WNBA, and I traveled better with the Globetrotters than they travel with their, WNBA team. So not saying the Globetrotters, that speaks a lot for them because they take care of their players, but that just shows that, the WNBA does need to step it up, and that's the front office as well. That's just not the players. The people in charge are the ones who also need to step up, not just the people playing or the fans. It's the people who have the power to change it. They need to change it.
Okay, so this is the Collaboration Over Competition show. So I want to get your thoughts on how do you feel about collaboration over competition? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think competition is always healthy to have, but you have to be together. I mean, we're moving away from competition.
Yes.
It takes teams to succeed in things. So, I mean, collaborating with different people, not, genders, colors, really anything, lifestyles, collaborating over just competing with each other, because life isn't a competition. You're here and you're competing with yourself, and if you're competing with yourself, you're just looking for peace. So we want to help everybody and each other gain that peace, because that's why we're here. That's why we're living. So
I love that. Yes, I always, in some books I've been reading lately, just kind of talks about the first war you got to start one is the war with yourself. You have to work on yourself, and once you work on yourself, then you can start. Once you handle that first, then you could be better to others.
Definitely.
I definitely like that. Do you have any ways or ideas on ways we can encourage people to come together to collaborate more? I know I feel like sports is the perfect way to do that, but do you have any ways that maybe we can encourage others to come together to collaborate more?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, sports is a great way for just everybody to come together, but I really think in any aspect, like any artistic aspect, anything that takes, your soul, kind of your heart, your brain to come together, because everyone has something different, if it's music, if it's art, just come together in the aspect where you feel comfortable and you feel like you can express yourself. So, and just community, like we're all like here in Wichita, we're living here in Wichita. We want the experience for everyone to be amazing, because that's what life is all about. So just collaborating within your community, stuff like podcasts with each other, things like that. And on the sports side, like just being with each other and coming together as a community and just humans in general. So
yes, I love that. As we get towards the end here, do you have any advice just for the youth in general? Just any quotes, any positive words, any advice out there for the kids?
Yeah, I always say, be patient in your process, because you can't expect something to happen overnight. I've been working at this for years and years and years, since I was a little kid. So it's like you just be patient in your process and tell your younger self or tell your older self, patience is going to keep you grounded the whole entire time, because if you have a dream, then it's going to happen. Don't give up just because things aren't going the way you want it to, because if you stay determined, you'll get it. I always tell people my best quality has never been a basketball player playing basketball. It's always been believing in myself. So just believe in yourself, and if you have a passion and purpose, know for a fact that you can accomplish it, and just be patient in the process, because normally that's going to be the best feeling, is when you've accomplished it, you're going to look back and say, hey, that process was freaking amazing, and I'm glad I was patient through the whole thing.
It's a marathon, y'all, and that's one thing I'm learning too. It's about the journey rather than the destination. So guys, have some patience. Don't rush. Take your time. There's going to be some ups and downs along the way. Keep your head up. Keep the faith, and you can achieve what you want to. I know a lot of times people may see you, but they don't understand that you've been doing this, been dribbling basketballs since you was little.
I tell people I was even at my JUCO in my dad's driveway. It was a slanted driveway, and I was dribbling basketballs there, because I didn't have nowhere else to play. I could have been sad, like I don't have no gym to shoot in. No, I made a way. I didn't have a ton of money at the time to get all the fancy gear and equipment. So I put bricks in a book bag and put logs, in a duffel bag, and ran with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you have the keys. You just got to look around you. It doesn't have to be the fanciest keys, but you got the keys to the door. So just go open it.
Yes, and like I said, that's one thing I noticed about you as far as like your mindset. I could from outside looking in and reading, doing my research on you, like you can see at each level, you put in the work. You didn't let things hold you back. Even going from JUCO to getting a scholarship at WSU and going to D1. Like you say, a lot of people can settle, but you make the best of what you have. So I commend you on that.